Everyone, how y'all doing? My name is Deborah. Welcome to another edition of T-Drama with Deborah, where I talk about my favorite C-dramas, K-dramas, Thai dramas, Lakons, Turkish dramas, whatever it may be. And today we are going to be talking about Legend of Fuyao. I am really excited about this. I can't wait to tell you all what I feel about this. Without further ado, grab your teacups and come along with me on this journey as we talk about episode 49 through 56 of Legend of Fuyao. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, as you all know, I'm going to be looking down at my notes so I don't forget the important points that I wanted to touch on. And we're going to start with our main couples as they relate to other couples and other characters in this episodes. So the first thing I really wanted to talk about is the scene where Wuji and Fuyao left Zhan Beiyi's nation. It was so touching, and Zhan Beiyi's act kind of annoyed me, like with the whole Yal and Zhu mess and stuff. But that scene where Fuyao, and I was really getting tired of the act the previous weeks, and I just literally wanted to be done with his act. But the scene where they were separating, where Wuji was talking with Zhan Beiyi, and Zhan Beiyi was worried about Fuyao's safety, and Fuyao was talking to Yal and Zhu and being a big sis to her, telling her if Zhan Beiyi ever messes up, just call me, I'll beat him up for you and stuff. That scene was so touching. Like, actually, if they had gone like maybe 5 more minutes just talking and saying their goodbyes, I would have legit started bawling, because I really got emotional in that scene for the first time, and I really wanted to cry in that scene. Not for the first time in the whole drama, but for the first time in the history of the whole Zhan Beiyi, Yal and Zhu, Fuyao, Wuji act together. It was the first time that I actually wanted to cry, and I actually really knew I was gonna miss them at that point, and I came to appreciate them at that point. So that's something that I really wanted to touch on. I really loved their goodbye scene. Something else I loved in regards to Zhan Beiyi is how Wuji had to have him learn how to be a king the hard way, because like Wuji was telling Zhang Feng, he could have gone about it in a more simple way, but if he didn't go about it the way he did, Zhan Beiyi would never have realized that just sitting down and doing nothing won't get you protected or won't keep you safe. Look at Zhan Nancheng's brother, who was by his side for years and all. At the end of the day, he still got killed, and Zhan Nancheng was still suspecting him of one day usurping usurping his throne and stuff. So you can never be safe. Instead of sitting down and waiting to be killed, you better go kill them and stuff. So I like the valuable lesson that Wuji taught him. Yes, it was the hard way, but it was a lesson that he needed to learn as a king. And I absolutely love how even though Zhan Beiyi became a king, he was still his humble self with his general, and even with Wuji, like the part where after all the ministers left and him and Wuji were literally sitting down on the floor and just chatting. But I really loved their conversation at that part, especially where Zhan Beiyi told him when he asked for position for Fuyao to become the queen of the vast land and the queen of vastness, and Zhan Beiyi asked him like, dude, are you doing this because you're scared of me one day becoming a threat to you and stuff? And then Wuji explained that it's not that I'm worried about you, I've gotten to know you now, and I know that you're not going to ever change, but I don't trust other people. I trust you, but I don't trust the people around you. And that was really smart, and that's something that I really like. That's what Mei Chang-soo tried to change in Nirvana in Fire with the people he chose to be around Prince Zhang, but unfortunately things still went haywire as we saw in Nirvana in Fire 2. But I really liked how he said that, like, if it's in Fuyao's hands, at least I know it's gonna be safe, because I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't get into the wrong hands. But if it's with you, you're so far from me, I can't be coming here all the time, I don't trust the people around you to not use it for something bad. So I really like that scene. And then how Zhan Beiyi told him, I'm really glad we're not enemies, because if we were enemies, I feel bad for myself, I feel bad for you, I feel bad for the world. And that point I just had to agree with, because imagine if Wuji and Zhan were actually enemies. So I'm just grateful to the script writers that they did not make Wuji and Zhan enemies, but instead they made them friends. And this is one friendship that I am definitely on the ship of. Next thing that I wanted to touch on with Zhan is I really wasn't feeling the whole Beyi Yalanzu ship, and their scenes were beginning to literally bore me, and I was ready to be done with their ship until the teacher showed up, and then Yalanzu, I started growing fond of her once more. And at the end of it all, I finally boarded their ship thanks to the teacher, in the scene where she was telling the teacher her feelings and all, and she exploded on the teacher, and Beyi was listening, and they finally came and they hugged and stuff, and she told him how she felt, and he told her how he felt for her and stuff. At that scene and at that moment, especially when she got her eyesight back, I became accepting to the idea of Beyi and Yalanzu. Like, I'm not 100% on the ship, but at least compared to 0% that I was before, I'm 10% there. So now I'm kind of on board the ship and I'm okay with it. I don't mind their being together. Does that make sense? I was totally annoyed. Like, you have no idea. I was just done with Zhan, Beyi, Yalanzu, and I'm like, can we just move on? I'm done with these humans. But now I am back on board their ship, and I am totally happy for them that it all worked out for them, and I'm happy Yalanzu got her eyesight back also. So congratulations to you, girl, on that. Next thing that I did want to touch on is the whole Yunhen and Doctor scene. Was I the only one that legit cracked up when Yunhen was saying everything that Zizhen said to him? And I'm like, dude, this is so funny. How can you believe Zizhen? Like, oh my gosh, till the end of it all, Yunhen was such a, will I say, ignorant person or a fool to fall for Zizhen's tricks and plans and all. Oh my gosh, dude, how can you be so gullible? But anyways, I am glad Zizhen is dead. I was kind of a little bit sad that he was dead, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm actually gonna miss Zizhen and his crazy antics and his crazy imaginations. But I like that it was Ziyun that died, and it was Ziyun's death that kind of slaps everyone back to their senses a little bit, because if it was Yunhen that died, I wouldn't have been happy. But it was only fitting that Ziyun was the one who sacrificed her life to not just bring her dad back to his senses, but for Doctor to be able to get out of his revenge mode and truly forgive. So her sacrifice was the ultimate sacrifice that needed to be done, because killing Zizhen won't crush Zizhen, but taking everything from him, taking his power, and most importantly, the person that meant the most to him, his daughter, taking his entire world from him, was the last straw and was the most devastating thing to him than anything else, because it was, yeah, he wanted power, but he also killed his best friend's family just to get that thing that protects his daughter. So Ziyun giving her armor to Doctor and then going in front of Doctor and taking the knife for him, like I've been saying throughout, if you've been watching my reviews, I was never on their ship, but just that act of sacrifice that she did made me say, okay, no problem, if you ever come back to life, I'll be on board this ship. And thankfully she did come back to life. They were all given a second chance. So I really like that her sacrifice was the sacrifice that was made, because if she wasn't the one who died and stuff, I would never have gotten on board the Ziyun Doctor ship, the Ziyun Zongyue ship. So I needed her to pay the price for all the scenes for me to be able to actually get on board the ship, because that's the only thing that would have really devastated and ruined Zizhen. And at the end of it all, obviously Zizhen died, which I am thankful for, but thankfully she came back to life, because like Yunhen has been saying, and even Zongyue said, the sin of her father is not her sin. Unfortunately, she had to pay for it, but it is not her her sin, so she shouldn't have had to pay for it. But I'm glad that she was able to be brought back to life, and now I'm okay with her being with Doctor, because she has really showed that she's worthy of his love and all. She's worthy of his love. That's the right word or sentence I was looking for. So that's something that I wanted to touch on the whole Yunhen Ziyun act, because I kept on wondering, I'm like, how are they gonna do it? If they just killed Zizhen, there's no way this relationship will work between Ziyun and any of the brothers, if that's what they were trying to sell to us. The only way this relationship will work if Ziyun actually dies and is brought back to life, which is exactly what they did. So I'm really, really thankful for that, because at the end of the day, they really she wasn't there to witness them killing her dad, which would have just made their relationship impossible regardless of how much she loved them and all. So anyways, that's something else that I wanted to touch on. Next thing I wanted to talk on is on this whole Ziyun sacrifice. Ziyun's sacrifice is everything Yalanzu's sacrifice of her eyes should have been, but it wasn't. Like, Ziyun's sacrifice actually made sense if you look at the greater scheme of things, and you could get on board with that sacrifice. But Yalanzu's sacrifice of her eyes just didn't make sense. It was like the mistake, total big mistake. The writers could have written it more in a way that would have made us appreciate it or get on board with it, but they didn't write it well, and at the end of it all, I just found myself really hating her sacrifice. So Ziyun's sacrifice was everything Yalanzu should have been. Next thing that I wanted to touch on is the whole Zhuangji act and stuff. I love how Fuyao used her martial art fighting skills that she learned from Wuji. The same thing Wuji did to her, she did it on the head through the throat of the Zhuangji / Plo act, depending on if you're watching on Viki or Drama Fever. But I love how she used Wuji's flirting tactics on the queen, heiress. I was really sad to see her die though, because I did grow fond of her. Yes, she was a bitch in terms of letting that family that was getting wedded die and killing all of them and giving her guards the right to do anything they wanted, which led to an almost rape situation. But she is very cute, and I love that she could let her guard down amongst only Fuyao or Zhang Yue as she thought he was. I was really sad when she died. She was a character that I actually believe that at the end of it all, she loved her country so much that she would have actually gone to Wuji for help to bring down her mother and corrected things at the end of the day when she found out the truth. And that's probably why her mother killed her and didn't kill Folian, because Folian is just as evil as the mother, but thankfully the other sister's not as evil. That's why the mom had to kill that sister, because she knows the type of person she is. That's why she had to kill that daughter, because she knows the type of person she is. But is anyone tired of Fuyao always getting framed? I'm like, girlfriend, well, at the last act, did you have to be framed again? But anyways, it's not as annoying. I know a lot of people are very, very annoyed by that, but it's not as annoying for me, because whatever, it's remaining like 8 episodes or 10 episodes and we're almost at the end, so I really don't care, because I know they're gonna be trying to speed everything fast. So we're not gonna take like 5-10 episodes with Fuyao being framed and us trying to figure out everything. But if there's something that really annoyed me this week or like got on my nerves, is how they suddenly made Wuji dumb. Like, I understand you guys making Fuyao dumb and very trusting, because that's how she's been all along, but seriously, Wuji did not even suspect for a second that there was something wrong with the Ruyi scepter that Folian gave Fuyao. Like, that makes no sense considering the type of person Wuji has been. Or are you just trying to tell us there's so much on Wuji's plate that he really is not paying attention right now, or you're trying to make him more human and prone to mistake and show that he's not always perfect every time, that there are times that he has his weak dumb moments? But why does it have to be now at the important moment? Because it makes no sense that not only does did Wuji not realize that Folian was trying to trick? Yes, he told her to be careful, he told Fuyao to be careful, but in the greater scheme of things, the Wuji that we've grown to know and have already digested what is going on and had a backup plan. But this wuji did not know what was going on, and even now when everything is in your face that Fuyao is obviously this Vengo meme, he still doesn't know. And I'm just sitting here thinking, script writers, what the heck are you doing, Michael? What are you on? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? How could you make him suddenly dumb at the important moment? Like, it makes no sense to me, at least. But yeah, that's just something that really did not rub me well, and I wanted to complain about this week. Do you also agree with me on that point? Let me know in the comments down below. Folian, I can't wait to see her die. She's just totally useless and crazy, just like her mother and stuff. The mom is totally insane. Like, let's all accept that fact. Yeah, if there's something I didn't like this week, is definitely how they dumbed down wuji this week. I absolutely do not like Folian, and I just want her to go and die. Like, I'm so done with Folian's character. My favorite scene this week, let's see. My favorite scene this week was definitely the flirting scenes between Fuyao and the heiress of Zhang Kingdom / Plo Kingdom and stuff before she died. But I really liked the flirting scenes. My favorite quote this week was when Bei said, once you die, and not if you die, when he was at the gates, when he was about to attack his kingdom and stuff and the palace, and he told the people up there to surrender, and they said they weren't gonna surrender, the people on top of the wall, and they said they'd serve him in their next life. And so he told them, once you die, not if you die, I'll give you a befitting burial. And I was just laughing. I'm like, baby, you bastard, like, we know you're gonna kill them, but did you have to be so shady about it? Something else that I absolutely loved, another quote that I absolutely loved this week was, has your drinking addiction started acting up? When wuji told Fuyao, when Fuyao suggested you're going to the wedding and stuff, and he told her, has your drinking addiction started acting up? It just reminded me of Bai Zhan. And I don't know if you noticed. If you didn't notice, go rewatch, like, especially the Zhuangji act. You'll notice certain traits of Bai Zhan that Fuyao was channeling this week. You know how Bai Zhan had that thing where she always like taps the table with her hand, her fingers and stuff, and when she's thinking. Fuyao did it this week, and I was just laughing. I'm like, I think Yang Mi thinks she's Bai Zhan right now, what with all this drinking and all. And the whole drinking thing also obviously reminded me of Bai Zhan, so that was really, really nice, remembering another drama that I absolutely loved. Also, I absolutely loved the quote, another quote that I absolutely loved is when Zizan, he's such a bastard, when he's like, when Yunhan said to kill him and stuff, and then Zizan is like, don't worry, I'm gonna kill you, but I'm gonna kill in order of seniority. I'm like, Zizan, I'm so done with you. I just really can't deal with you. I was so sad to see Zhang go this week, but I know that he's going to come back in the last episodes because I've already seen a clip with him coming, and I just can't wait for his return. Like, we can't end Fuyao without Dr. being there, okay? I want to see the last scene. I want to see is all our favorite people like Seven, Xiaozi, Zhang Yue, maybe Yunhan, just throw him in there, Zhan Bei, wuji, and Fuyao, and Jan Feng. 7 of them like in a line walking out into the sunset or something. That's how I want Fuyao to end. But yeah, this week was truly awesome. I enjoyed the Zhuangji act and seeing the crazy mother pair and knowing where Folian got her crazy from. She got it from her mama and stuff. I enjoyed Zhan Bei's confession of his love to Yao and Zhu. I definitely enjoyed seeing Fuyao and wuji being fun and him trying to save her at the end and all, and her saying, no, I'm gonna stay and try to figure out my past. I love that her dad is still alive even though her mom is dead or might be dead. But yeah, I really did like this week and I enjoyed this week, and things really did pick up this week, but it had no choice but to pick up because we're almost at the end. and stuff, and we have still not dealt with the whole Tan mess, but I'm guessing we're gonna deal with it in this week that we have entered. I can't wait for us to end Legend of Fuyao. I'm probably most likely gonna miss it, especially our Wuji character and our Zhang character, who has grown to be a favorite of mine. I can't wait for Fuyao to basically realize who she really is, the queen and all. But yeah, what do you all think? Let me know your thoughts about this entire week's episodes, or last week's episodes rather, in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being the awesome beautiful people you are. From me to you all, you know, because nothing but love for you. Stay awesome.